Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another very important grammar lesson. In today's lecture, I'll be discussing with you about two important but unique verbs, ditransitive verb and ambitransitive verb. Those who have idea about these two verbs, they know what are they and where they are used. There are some students who are a bit confused and they have no any idea about these two. So therefore, I was asked by one of the viewers to make a video on ditransitive and ambitransitive because most of the students know transitive verb, intransitive verb, whereas they don't know about ditransitive and ambitransitive. So let me explain it in easy and simple ways so that it's easier to understand what is ditransitive and ambitransitive. Let's get started. As you can see the word di, those who know prefix, they know well that this word is a prefix which means two. Di means two. Ditransitive means a verb that takes two objects, direct object and indirect object. What does it mean? It means it's a verb that carries two objects, direct object and also indirect object. Now those who don't know what is a direct object and what is an indirect object. So for them, let me make it easy. Direct object is object that receives the action directly and it mostly answers what, while indirect object is an object that receives direct object and mostly answers to whom. Direct object answers what, indirect object answers to whom. Now in the later part of this, I'll tell you which one is direct and how and which one is indirect. These verbs often express giving, sending, telling, showing, etc. For example, he gave me a book. Now here the verb gave is a verb that is ditransitive. Why? Because it has two objects in a sentence, me and a book. Now if you want to know which one of them is direct object and which one of them is indirect object, just do nothing, just check which one is answering what and which one is answering to whom. So he gave me what? He gave me a book. A book is my direct object and he gave me a book to whom? Me. So me is my indirect object. So in this way, we have two objects with the verb. So the verb is called ditransitive. Let's look at this example. She told the class a story. Now she told what? A story, direct object. To whom? To the class, indirect object. So similarly, this sentence has also two objects. So this verb is called ditransitive. And there are lots of other examples. For example, his father gifted him a new bike. Now here his father gifted him a new bike has two objects. So the verb gifted here is an example of ditransitive. And there are lots of examples. I'll also share them with its definition in the comment box for those who need it. Then let's look at now ambitransitive. What is ambitransitive? As the word ambi means both, right? And ambitransitive is a verb that can be used both transitively and intransitively. What does it mean? It means that we have some examples of such verbs which can be both or can be used in both the ways. They can be used as a transitive verb and as an intransitive verb. For those who don't know what is a transitive verb and what is an intransitive verb, I've already covered a video on kinds of verb, and let me explain in short. Transitive verbs are those verbs which always require object, because without object they cannot make complete sense, while intransitive verbs are those verbs which do not always require object. They can stand alone, they can express their complete meaning and sense without an object. You can use them and you cannot use them. If you are making a sentence without object, they are used intransitively, and if you use object with them, they would become transitive. Let's look at these examples. He is eating. Now here we don't have any object, he is eating. But if you look at the same verb in this sentence, he is eating food. Now here eating is my verb and here we have object. So the verb eating can be used both, as I have used it intransitively in the first sentence and it is transitive here. The door opened. Now the door opened. Opened is my verb here. It does not have any object. It means it is an intransitive verb here. She opened the door. Now here open, the same verb, is having an object. It means here it is used as a transitive verb. Let me share one more example. For example, birds fly. Now birds fly is an example of, what do you think? Transitive or intransitive? Does it have object or not? So it does not have any object. It means it is intransitive verb here. But the same verb can be transitive when you say man fly aeroplane or man fly airplane. So here it becomes, transitive. So it is used both transitively and intransitive. Like she sings well without object. She sings songs. Now here it is with verb. So such verbs are called ambitransitive. I hope the lecture was easy to comprehend and understand. And I'll also be sharing the definition of both with their 20 plus examples respectively. And if you have got any question, any confusion, feel free to ask in the comment. See you in the next video. Take care.